In the top stories, Prime Minister Harris consults with business owners ahead of cruise season. Police issue warrant for Michael Prest asking Interpol to assist. And tropical storm warning discontinued for St. Kitts Nevis. We'll be right back with the details after this.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you.
We're still here.
We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Time to chill and the story chill. Choose a chill and the story chill. Chill with flavor, like orange and lemon lime. That's with bitters, yeah, yeah. We love the vibe. Refreshing every day, cool like island breeze. Forget your worries, come chill with me. Angostura chill, chill, chill. Angostura chill, Angostura chill, chill with flavor.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. On Saturday, Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris held a lengthy consultation session with the various business owners at Port Zante regarding the way forward for the upcoming cruise season. Prime Minister Harris stressed to the business owners that he supports the need for Port Zante to welcome cruise ships, but indicated that the main priority of his government is to protect the lives of every citizen and resident of the Federation. At the consultation, Prime Minister Harris was quoted as saying, "Clearly, there is always value in consultation. If the government does not listen and does not hear from our various stakeholders, we cannot then formulate policies that would benefit you. That is why we consult, and consultation will continue to be a part of the modus operandi of the government. We can tell you what we expect now, but next week, if the situation changes, there will be a change in the policy because this is the reality of the world in which we live. What we're dealing with is something external to us, and we have to live with it. And we have to live with it in a way that we do not destroy lives, and that is the tension," end quote. During the consultation session, business owners expressed the need to have the cruise lines return to Port Zante in order for them to reopen their shops and kickstart economic activity after 16 months of partial closure. Prime Minister Harris stated that COVID-19 is still a developing phenomenon and the government has taken the life-first strategy in managing the pandemic. Also present at the consultation sessions were the Honourable Lindsay Grant, Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Attorney General Vincent Byron, Minister of Labour and Trade, the Honourable Wendy Phipps, Cabinet Secretary Josephine Huggins, Financial Secretary Hilary Hazel, Chairman of the National COVID-19 Task Force, Abdias Samuel, and Medical Chief of Staff at the JNF General Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson. Prime Minister Harris also indicated to the Port Zante business owners present that the matter of the upcoming cruise season will be discussed at the cabinet level this Monday, and the decision coming out of that meeting would be communicated to them before Wednesday. Members of the white-collar crime unit in St. Kitts are seeking the arrest of Michael Prest in connection with the offenses of fraudulent conversion and fraudulent conversion by trustee committed in 2019. The unit has issued a warrant and has also asked Interpol for assistance in his extradition. According to a police press release on Sunday morning, in 2018, Prest contacted Mark Kutcher, a Canadian national, with a proposal to buy shares in the Bank of Nevis International Limited from Prest's company Petrodel Investment Advisors Nevis Limited. At the end of the negotiations in 2019, it was agreed that Kutcher would pay $2,530,000 for 49.9% of shares. In December of 2019, Kutcher transferred the money to Petrodel, but no shares were transferred in return. Kutcher made numerous attempts to contact Prest, and the police say that there was no application to transfer shares to Kutcher through the regulatory body made by Petrodel Limited or the Bank of Nevis International Limited. Instead, Kutcher was told by Prest that the regulatory body declined to transfer shares to him. The matter has been referred to the Director of Public Prosecutions, who advised that Prest should be prosecuted for fraudulent conversion and fraudulent conversion by trustee. A warrant is out for his arrest, and a warrant has also been sent to Interpol for assistance with the arrest and extradition of Michael Prest. Right now, according to the police, Prest is outside the Federation, and the future progress of this matter is to be determined by the Director of Public Prosecutions. The tropical storm warning that was issued for St. Kitts and Nevis has been discontinued as Grace moves away from the Federation, and an all-clear was given at 5 a.m. on Sunday. The St. Kitts Meteorological Services predicted partly cloudy skies with a 30% or low chance of showers on Sunday night. As there may be lingering moisture in the atmosphere, residents are still being asked to exercise caution on the roadways. For the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, Tropical Storm Grace is now in the vicinity of the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico and remains disorganized. Skies will be overcast with showers, moderate to heavy at times, and thunderstorms are expected. Anguilla, as well as from St. Lucia to Trinidad, will see a high chance of similar conditions resulting from moisture moving across these areas being drawn into the system. For the rest of the area, at most, a moderate chance of showers is anticipated as drier conditions begin to set in. Coming up, we'll have another look at some of the stories from the past week. Stay tuned.
Triple the joy at home as you elevate your experience with Flo's new Triple Play bundles. For the first time ever, bundle up and save on internet, TV, and home phone together for more satisfaction. For as low as $175, enjoy up to 35 megabits per second super fast internet, 70 TV channels with HD entertainment, and free landline minutes with the all-in bundle. Visit your nearest Flo store to sign up for a Triple Play bundle. Conditions apply.
Here are your Horse's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag Special.
Running August 12th to August 25th.
Essential Everyday Disinfectant Wipes, $15.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Pasta Sauces, $6.99 each. Glade Air Fresheners, Solid and Aerosol, $5.99. Quaker Cap'n Crunch Cereals, $9.99. Chobani Greek Yogurt, $5.69. IGA or Essential Everyday Trash Bags, $14.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. IGA Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheeses, $7.99. The Colgate Toothpaste, $7.99. IGA Essential Everyday Frozen Vegetables, $5.49. Arm & Hammer deodorant, $7.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Joan in español.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a
Value Mart.
The nation's efforts to curb the spread of the COVID-19 virus continued on Thursday with the arrival of the first batch of the Pfizer vaccine. More in this report.
Health,
Tourism and other government officials gathered at the RLB International Airport on Thursday afternoon for a ceremony to mark the arrival of 11,700 doses of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines. The doses were procured from the United States through a donation to CARICOM. The vaccines arrived by FedEx, and following a brief photo op, the officials took part in a brief ceremony at the Welcome Center. Among the speakers was Minister of Health, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, who thanked the U.S. government for its assistance in the Federation's fight against the pandemic.
This a critical juncture when there is substantial focus on COVID-19 vaccines to combat the dreaded coronavirus to protect our citizens and residents from this disease. I am therefore extremely pleased that today we are here to receive these vaccines, which came after requests by CARICOM to President Joseph Biden of the United States for the sharing of vaccines.
The donation of the vaccines followed months of negotiations and diplomacy between CARICOM leaders and U.S. government officials. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris described those negotiations as a success.
Through our diplomatic channels and strong relationships, our Team Unity government has been working hard to secure even more vaccines for our people. We see here that our approach is making a real difference. We are all working together for our people. Today again, we are reaping the benefits of unity at work, unity in the country, unity in the region, and unity beyond the region. And I join the Minister of Health in thanking all the regional and beyond region hemispheric entities who have been in this fight against COVID-19 with us here in St. Kitts and Nevis.
After being taken off the FedEx aircraft, the doses were taken to the JNF General Hospital for storage. Thursday's shipment was the first of 3 batches of vaccines, totaling 35,100 doses. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws told ZIZ News that the vaccines should be ready for administration in a few days, as the relevant health professionals have already been properly trained in working with the new vaccines. Jason Davis for ZIZ News. More than 1,000 students will be the recipients of school supplies from a generous donation by the United States government. The shipment was received on Thursday. Here are the details. The Federation received a shipment of school supplies on Thursday to assist more than 1,000 students. According to a press release issued on Friday by the U.S. Embassy Bridgetown, the shipment was a donation from the U.S. government's Denton program, which is jointly administered by the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, the U.S. Department of State, and the U.S. Department of Defense, and allows donors to use space available on U.S. military cargo planes to transport humanitarian goods and equipment to countries in need. The shipment, valued at approximately $39,500, will provide supplies to meet the needs of 1,300 primary and high school students, 110 special education students, and approximately 50 post-high school students from families at the highest poverty levels. USAID Eastern and Southern Caribbean Regional Representative Clinton White was quoted as saying, "This humanitarian shipment highlights the dedication and goodwill of U.S. government agencies and our partnership with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis." End quote. This donation was also a collaborative effort between Source Relief and A Time for Us Foundation Incorporated, a registered U.S. and St. Kitts nonprofit foundations. Source Relief is the charity arm of the Source Logistics operation in Charleston and Miami. This past week, ZIZ's Off the Hook and Jump Off show host Chico Guichard donated a clock to a senior citizen and a regular listener to his shows. And while a clock might seem like a minor item, being aware of the time of day is vital to Selwyn Cap Thomas. Carla Berridge tells us more.
Selwyn Cap Thomas was the recipient of a clock donated to him by ZIZ radio personality St. Clair Chico Gishad on Wednesday. Chico went to Cap's home at Market Street to present the clock to him, following a series of interactions where he would call ZIZ to find out the time. Chico said Mr. Thomas's reason for asking for the time prompted him to offer the clock to him.
He has been calling the station almost every single day and asking for the hospital. But every time he calls, I tell him that this is the station number and not the hospital. And from time to time, I will give him the hospital number, but he still keep calling back and asking for the hospital. So this last time he called me, he asked for the hospital number again, and I told him that this is the station number. And he said that he needed to know the time, because every time he called, he would ask me what the time was. So I keep giving him the time every single time he calls. So I was a little curious, so I asked him why he keep doing that. And then I asked him if he was blind, because, I just wondering like why he keep doing that. Maybe he, can't see and he just wanted to know the time. And then in inquiring about that, I found out that he didn't have a clock. And he said that he needed to know the time because he is on medication and he has to take his medication, I think it's every 4 hours.
He said he hopes this act of generosity will inspire others to assist persons in need.
For those who know me, know that I hate being in the spotlight, I hate the cameras and so on, but I think a project like this is very important so that I could encourage others and motivate others to do likewise. So I said, you know what? I started thinking about it and I say, to avoid having one of our senior citizens call the station every single time and asking about the time and the hospital number, I said, why not go and purchase a clock for him so that he'll have the clock in his home and he'll know exactly the time when he's supposed to take his medication, as opposed to calling the station and the hospital every single time. So in that way, he'll be able to take his medication on time.
Mr. Thomas thanked Chico for the donation, which he said will essentially save his life.
Chico, I appreciate it because I will be able to take my tablet in time to save my life, and I appreciate it 100%. Thank you, Mr. Chico.
Chico is the host of the Jump Off Show, which airs from 3 to 8 p.m. on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM from Monday to Thursday, and the Off the Hook Show from 8 p.m. on Fridays.
After the break, death toll continues to rise in Haiti following Saturday's earthquake, and Afghanis panic as Taliban fighters take over. Stay tuned.
Yo! You look like the dude who was shopping at Furniture and Appliances. See, my friend, you look like you buy something from the Ashley Home Store. How you know? Because we get the cashback coupons and the free groceries for a year!
Cashback is back at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture. Shop now and get a chance to win free groceries for 1 year.
Regionally, the death toll in Haiti following a 7.2 earthquake on Saturday has risen to 724 as rescue efforts continue. France 24 has this story.
As the small island nation of Haiti comes to terms with yet another devastating earthquake, the death toll from the 7.2 magnitude quake continues to grow.
Malheureusement, le bilan dit que li alourdi, nous dénombré 724 moun qui mouri. Nous avons 2800 blessés que nous enregistrés, ça c'est blessés que nous réussi ouais qui pas venir dans centre hospitalier, ça c'est sans compter certains monde probablement qui doit pas arriver ou pas arriver cœur quoi parce que recherche va continuer toujours.
Haiti is still clawing its way back from a 7 magnitude tremor which killed tens of thousands 11 years ago. Saturday's earthquake flattened hundreds of homes and buildings, with the southwestern part of the island bearing the brunt of the damage. Rescue efforts are continuing as teams dig through the rubble to find survivors, with international powers quick to offer aid. The US has sent vital supplies and a 65-person search and rescue team. They will join local forces, but their efforts are likely to be complicated by a tropical storm due to hit the island on Monday. Further to the weather, the political climate in Haiti remains unsteady following last month's assassination of the country's president. New elections were earmarked for September, but have once again been pushed back to November. But Saturday's disaster is likely to make that task harder still.
Well, joining us live tonight from Port-au-Prince is Bruno Mars of UNICEF. Could you give us a better idea of what the situation is currently like on the ground?
Yeah, good evening. In fact, the earthquake hit mainly the southern region of Haiti with a major impact in 3 departments, the South Department, Nippes, and the Grand Anse. We have around 1.8 million inhabitants there, including approximately 700,000 children. And we estimate that it's around 650,000 people who were directly affected because they are living in the 50 kilometer of the epicenter of the earthquake. While the assessments are still in progress, thousands of houses, 7,000 of houses were destroyed, 4,800 houses were damaged, more than 700 deaths, and also 2,800 wounded people. Preliminary assessments are ongoing, and the figures may rapidly rise in the coming hours.
Internationally, as the Taliban takes control of the presidential palace in Afghanistan and President Ashraf Ghani fled on Sunday, there is a growing sense of panic among many people in the Afghan capital, Kabul. Prices of basic goods have skyrocketed as many try to withdraw all their funds. Taliban media personnel are, however, promising a non-violent takeover. Al Jazeera's news team has this developing story.
With Kabul now under siege, so are its banks. People clamour to get their money out. Security guards try to tell customers not to worry, but that's all most of them can do. Ahmad Ashraf says he has been trying for 3 days to withdraw his money. He's from the northern city of Pulikumri that fell to the Taliban last week.
The banks in all the provinces captured by the Taliban are not giving out any money.
Among the panicked customers are many government employees and police officers, some of whom haven't been paid for months. This officer told us even the cash machines are empty.
Everyone is very tense, and everyone now is looking at the banks to get their money out, and there's no money.
Prices for all basics, from fuel to food, have been climbing steadily for months as Afghanistan has been sinking further into conflict. Now they're skyrocketing. While increasing numbers of Kabul residents who have the means and a passport have been looking for a way out. The cost of an airline seat has shot up, and that's if you can get one. A one-way ticket to Istanbul has gone up by more than 5 times to $2,400, while another airline doesn't give a price on its website but asks you to call for a quote. This is a city that has experienced decades of trauma, and it's now being tested once more. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Kabul.
We'll be right back with a recap of the top stories. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PM Harris KN right after the / are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PM Harris KN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message, or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message. We now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Harris consults with business owners ahead of cruise season. Police issue arrest warrant for Michael Prest, asking Interpol to assist. And tropical storm warning discontinued for St. Kitts and Nevis. And that's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.